My dear students, so today we will be discussing about short and long answer type question of the chapter motion and measurement of distances. Alright, NCERT question answers already we had discussed earlier. So now we are basically discussing about the awareness book question answers. Alright, so here you see question number 1. Why a footstep cannot be used as a standard unit of length? Now in earlier time when the standard unit of measurement was not there, then pace, footstep, then handspan, these were used as what? As a means of measuring the length, isn't it? But footstep, it cannot be used as a standard unit of length nowadays because the footstep, it is not same for all the persons. Some persons, they have got a slightly larger footstep, okay, some persons they have a smaller footstep, okay. So nowadays this is not considered as a standard unit of length as because it varies from person to person. All right, next, number 2, what is meant by rectilinear motion? Give 2 examples of rectilinear motion. So what is rectilinear motion? Any kind of motion which follows a straight line or any motion which is exhibited in a straight path or a straight line is called rectilinear motion. So many such examples are there. For example, movement of a bullet fired from a gun. Alright, then motion of a ball rolling on the ground, then a sprinter is running in 100-meter race. Okay. So all this, they belong to what? They belong to rectilinear motion. Next, number 3, what is meant by standard unit of measurement? So what is standard unit of measurement? Standard unit of measurement is a unit of measurement which has got a fixed value and which does not change from person to person or place to place. Okay, it is uniform all over the world. Wherever the measurement is being applied, okay, the same standard unit of measurement is being applied to all over the world as well as for all the person. Understood? So that is known as what? Standard unit of measurement. So why it is necessary to have standard unit of measurement? It is necessary to have standard unit of measurement for the sake of uniformity in the measurement. For example, like you are buying 1 meter cloth in India, suppose, okay. So you have got a certain amount of cloth. Now if it does not match for all over the country, then in some country either you will get small or you will get quite large, isn't it? So it is uniform. 1 meter means 1 meter. 1 meter equals to 100 centimeter, it means 1 meter equals to 100 centimeter all over the world. Understood? So name the SI unit of length. SI unit of length, it is meter, and the symbol, it is symbolized as small m. Okay, meter, it is symbolized as small m. Next, what is meant by circular motion and rotational motion? Give examples. So circular motion, what is circular motion? When an object is moving along a circular path, then it is called circular motion. For example, the movement of moon around the earth, then revolution of earth around the sun, okay, or if a girl is sitting in a merry-go-round, okay, then the girl or boy, whatever he or she is exhibiting the circular motion. Understood? The blades of the fan, they are exhibiting the circular motion. All right. And what is rotational motion? When an object turns about its fixed axis, then it is called rotational motion. For example, the rotation of earth, the best example, or the rotation of a spinning top. These are rotational motions. So examples are what? Examples are turning of bicycle wheel, okay, that is also an example. Turning of merry-go-round, okay, that is the center of the merry-go-round, that is the example of rotational motion. Okay, next, question number 5. When is an object said to be in motion? Explain with the help of an example. State any 4 types of motion. So when an object is said to be in motion, when an object changes its position with respect to time, then it is known as motion. Okay, when it changes its position with respect to time, okay, always time is there in case of motion. So that is called what? That is called motion. Okay, explain with the help of an example. So when the position of a bicycle is changed with time, we said that bicycle is moving or the bicycle is in motion. Okay. So 4 types of motion, all of you know. Number 1 is rectilinear motion, number 2 circular motion, number 3 rotational motion, and number 4 is periodic motion. Next, what is periodic motion? State 2 examples of periodic motion. So what is periodic motion? The motion which repeats itself after a regular interval of time is called periodic motion. Okay, so interval of time is always fixed in case of periodic motion. Okay, for example, the motion of a second hand of a watch. Okay, then the revolution of moon around the earth, even the revolution of earth around the sun. On one hand it is a circular motion and on the other hand it is a periodic motion as well. Okay, then rotation of earth around its own axis. On one hand it is a rotational motion and on other hand it is a periodic motion as well, because all the time it is taking 24 hours. Understood? A regular fixed interval of time it is taking. Okay, so these are the examples of periodic motion. Next, number 7, explain why handspan cannot be used as a standard unit of length. Same thing like a footstep. Okay, as because it varies from person to person. Okay, someone is having a longer handspan, someone is having a shorter handspan. Okay, so it is not same for all the person, but it varies from person to person. The last question, state the precautions which should be taken while using a meter scale to measure the length of an object. So when you are using the meter scale to measure the length of an object, then what are the precautions you should take? Okay, now number 1, the scale should be placed parallel to the side of the object being measured. Okay, for example, suppose if you want to measure a length of suppose a straight line, understood? So where you have to place the ruler parallel to the object, that means parallel to the line only you have to place the ruler, then only you can able to measure. Okay, now at the time of reading the scale, now when you are taking the measurement, your eye must be placed vertically above the scale mark being read. Okay, your eye should be vertically, not right side also, not left side also. Okay, so you will get the accurate measurement. Next, number 3, if the scale has a damaged 0 mark or broken left end, measure the length of an object starting from 1 centimeter mark of the scale. Now suppose sometimes what happens with a continuous use of a scale, sometimes what happens, the left end, always we take the measurement from left end, isn't it? So sometimes what happens, it gets weared and teared. Okay, sometimes it breaks. Okay, sometimes what happens, a 0 mark, it gets damaged. Okay, so in that case you have to start from 1 centimeter mark from the ruler. Okay, and then whatever the value will come at the right side, okay, then what you have to do, you have to subtract that 1 centimeter from the reading taken at the right end to get the actual length of an object. For example, you want to take the length of a suppose straight line. Okay, suppose your scale, the 0 mark has been omitted, okay, or it has been broken. So you are taking from 1 centimeter, the reading suppose you are taking from 1 centimeter, and on the right side where the line has end, okay, suppose you have got 12 centimeter of length. So what will be the actual measurement of that straight line? 12 centimeter minus 1 centimeter, since you had started from 1 centimeter. So it will be 11 centimeters. So the length of the straight line, it will be 11 centimeter. Alright. So today after this, in our next class we will be discussing more few questions. Thank you everyone.